You can't hear the music,
Hello.
right? Okay. But they can hear us talking.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's pretty cool. It's Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Key Largo. I'm here with Lee Sharp. How you doing, Lee Sharp?
I'm doing pretty darn good. How about yourself, sir?
Pretty good. Yep. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're on episode 323.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's been a lot.
Is
323.
that where we're going on at 3:21
No, why? Does it say
p.m.
321?
Eastern Standard Time?
You know, I had a problem getting a hold of you because I saved your number, but I didn't save your contact.
Silly Jim.
I know, that's me. You know, I am actually I was supposed to talk to someone today about how to start a podcast. And I told her, I said,
Okay.
it's Tisa. You know Tisa and Kelly?
Who?
Tisa and Kelly? Tisa? Like Lisa?
I don't know any cases.
Tisa. Tisa.
I understand what you meant. I
What
don't
did
know
you
any
say?
Kisa.
What did
I
you?
don't think I do.
You say Kisa?
Did you say Kisa?
No, Tisa with a T.
Kisa.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah. I don't know her either.
okay, well, they wanted to start a podcast, and I was telling them how to do,
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
said I would do it, and you know, I guess I should have followed up on it, but I mean, I will. It's right now. It's hard to do because she wants to see what the setup is with, my microphones and stuff. You've been here for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought that's your part.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she wanted to learn how to do it so she could start her own podcast. Because obviously, if I could do it, anybody can do it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, no. I don't mean it like that, but it is kind. I do kind of mean it like that. Um,
Yeah.
we
Come on now.
what?
You're
No,
good enough. You're smart enough. And
by
doggone it,
God, people like me.
people like you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is
So
the truth.
yeah, but no, I'm talking about just how to get it out there and things like that. And obviously, I haven't quite done that in a stellar way, which is great. I was explaining to someone if someone discovers a podcast and the Keys Bartender podcast that's made wholly here in the Keys, it may be that we may be the most. I think we not only the most popular podcast from the Keys, we may be the most prolific from the Keys. And right now,
Oh,
yeah.
go ahead. I know I'm listening.
No, but when the thing about having 323 episodes is that if someone likes you, right, and they find you entertaining, they'll download every episode. You know,
Agreed.
and they'll go back. And luckily, I did it enough. It's only 3 years, so it's not like I was a young buck when that happened, and I'm old now. You know, I was old when I started, so pretty good. So
Spring chicken, man.
yeah, spring chicken. Yeah. So it's after Labor Day, the traditional slow period, right, in the Keys.
Yeah.
And you've
Yes,
been down
absolutely.
here.
Normally.
And to refresh the listeners, you are a musician in the Keys, right?
I am. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, keyboard, saxophone, some slight guitar and percussion,
And
and just all around good vibes.
and wait, you have your
Kind of
website and all that
musician.
stuff, so people can sample your wares. What is that?
They can sample wares. I currently it is under construction, but you can see the old one right now.
Oh,
That is
okay.
leashmusic.com. It's literally, seriously, under construction as of 3 days ago. So,
Oh, really?
gonna
Oh,
get
you
some
have a
good.
new website coming? I I haven't looked at my website.
Absolutely.
I got to get on my website because I haven't changed things from
Well, it's just time.
Jesus.
2015. It's 2020. Let's just go ahead and update it, and let's just get the ball rolling for the next year. I'm pretty sure we've all brushed this 2020 to a wash. So, um, you know, it's almost over,
Hmm.
and make it right next year.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is.
Sure. Why not?
Oh wait, are you still there? Are you
I am
there?
still here.
God, yeah, we got. I started doing something funky. I don't know why I did that. I started. It's live right now. I uh, the technology escapes me sometimes, Lee. The things I'm doing.
I hear you.
I'm trying to explain to somebody what I do. It's it's like in Mad Max where people get a hold of old technology, right? And they don't know exactly. Do you remember in Thunderdome? Did you ever watch Mad
Oh, I
Max?
know. I watched every single one of them.
Okay, the Thunderdome one where the kids they got the viewfinder. They're looking at pictures of Tomorrowland and
The
Captain
before time.
Walker, Captain Walker, Mrs. Walker, and all this stuff. And they got, you know, they got a record on a stick, and they got a record player. And, yeah, so they they don't know they're just putting things out there, just trying to use them. They said, well, this is how they do. They spoke into this microphone. I know that, you know. So that's. I
Right.
mean, I'm not doing. I'm pretty much uh, doing that. But you know what? I may have just discovered something new. I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can post this in here.
But
Post
I
to
did
Facebook.
forget about the viewfinder, though.
What?
I did forget about the viewfinder. That was a blast from the past right there.
Yeah.
You should probably explain to the younger generation what that is.
I won't. I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because
Okay,
there's
I'm
a
just
just
asking, just saying.
it'll put them to sleep. Old technology, you know. You tell them how they have. You ever see a kid when they get a kid and they put them in front of a rotary dial phone?
I've never seen that. I've never
Oh,
seen
it's
a.
great. You can Google. It's on YouTube. You can watch a kid try to use a rotary phone. Tell them you got to call. You know, that'd be something
I'll do
to
that.
put in there. Go like this. Hey, listen. In order to get out of this room, you got to call this number, and to give them a rotary dial, and just look at them freak out on how to do it. They're hitting the buttons and all that stuff. I mean, it's funny looking at that, but then again, they're with the old two-part phones from like the 1920s, you know, where they had to you held the earpiece here and you held the base to your mouth. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about? They used to hit the um, the handle where you hang up the phone on, and you used to click that a couple times in order to get the operator. There was no dialing. You just
Yeah,
had,
and they
yeah,
have
you
to
had to,
plug it in.
yeah, you had to, yeah, they, and the
They
operator
have to
had to,
plug it in.
the operator had to plug it in.
How did they
So,
know? How did they know where to plug
how they know where to plug it in? I don't know.
it? Yeah. Mm.
I have no idea. So, um, oh, you know what? Yeah, this thing, if you hit, I can, I can post. See, this is how bad I am with technology. I can post the show live on my Twitter feed. Hello?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
and I'm posting it right now as it's going. Wow, holy crap, that looks nice. I really I don't know what I'm doing. See, obviously it's, but here I just figured out after 3 years doing a live. I did live shows a while back, but I just accidentally hit the share button, and it streams the show live on Twitter and Facebook.
Okay.
I just learned
Well,
that as I was speaking to you. As I was speaking to
all
you.
right. Well,
So,
okay.
uh,
Tighten up the jammies and let's get with this.
okay. Back to the ghost town thing. So I want to catch up with you. Well, we'll catch up with you first. So, you had, God, when did you start playing gigs again after this shit show?
56 days
56 days.
from
wow.
when from actual St. Patrick's Day proper, which is the 17th.
March 17th. Oh, you were out. Were you out of commission 56 days?
Oh yes, I didn't do anything. I sat here
And then so
and
that was-
practiced.
okay.
That's all I did.
And then when you start again, when you start playing gigs.
Well, 56 days later. 56 days later than
Oh,
March the 17th. So
that
um,
okay. So March 17th, 30 days after the time.
I
2 weeks,
actually
2 weeks.
did other gigs
Hey.
between those. Not between those, but podcasts.
Yeah.
with you.
Oh yeah, yep. So, you know what? I could have just, we could have just. You could have sent me the music. We could have recorded it, and I could have just played it on air. You could have just. I could have downloaded the music and had it play on air. I mean, one of these days, like I guess I'll figure out how to play that on air. You wouldn't want to do it over the phone, obviously.
Nah, it wouldn't sound good.
No, but if
yeah, I hear you.
because it plays the music that I have perfectly fine. This is what the person wanted to find. Tisa wanted to find out how would she do a live remote, and I said, well, it's really important if you want there's a live remote or there's a recorded remote, right? Where a live remote you need to be tethered to the internet on a pretty secure connection. But if you're recording, you just got to be attentive to your make sure that you're recording and things like that, and you just let it go. And
Right.
then at the end, you just release, you download and release the show. So I'm realizing now that the internet or podcasting may not be a live. There's no impetus for having people listen live.
Oh,
I like doing it. It doesn't matter, and it still works. People listen to it recorded, but having it live really doesn't matter. You may get 4 or 5 people listen to it live, and who has that time anymore, right? The way everything's so fragmented.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? You can listen. You can watch any show anytime you want, especially with streaming services.
Oh, the bandwidth
There was
might be full.
sure. I'm just saying that there was a time when I was a kid, when you wanted to watch $6 Million Man, you had to tune in at whatever time it came on, 8:00 on Sunday, on ABC, and that was it. I mean, there could have in the 70s there could have been some. I think there was video back then because Robert Crane was doing his making his sex tapes then. The guy from Hogan's Heroes. You ever hear that story?
I remember Hogan's Heroes. Kinda. Is that the army thing?
Yeah, they were in a German prison camp, a prisoner of war camp.
Yeah.
The guy that was
the
in
German guy with the glasses.
Yeah, and the guy who was the American Hogan, in his real life, he was a big amateur videographer. You know,
Huh.
and he made homemade porn tapes. Ended up getting killed. And so I'm saying the video started coming about in the 70s, but most people didn't have it until the 80s. You know, you had to record the show. You almost had to be there in order to record the show, right?
Sure.
When it
Yeah.
first came
Reel
out,
to reel,
and well,
maybe.
real to that's not real to real. That's more for sound, reel to reel.
That I know it's for.
Yeah. So so it wasn't until like a couple years later that you could start videotaping things and not be home, right? And then
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then you can watch it whenever you want. So that was in the late '80s, early '90s, and then you had what was that box? What was that one where it played? Oh God, that acted almost like a video thing. What was it called? The box. What was that box called?
Cable box.
Not the after the cable box. The one where people. Oh man, I am so out of. Well, I mean, listen, that technology came and gone, and that's like gone the way of Laserdisc, which was a stupid idea.
Oh.
I'm not talking about
Well, that was
I'm
supposed to
not
be
talking
the
about
way.
VCRs, but it was after VCRs and DVDs. There was a thing called people were buying them and they could record on a hard drive. It was you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, before
Um,
Netflix and all the
I was
streaming.
I was poor.
What?
I was poor.
Oh 04?
No, I said I was poor.
Well, no, I didn't have it either. Well, listen,
Okay.
I never owned a Lamborghini, but I know there's Lamborghinis around.
Well, not you don't have to be rich, but I was poor with cheap family too, so
I mean,
that's
but
not a good combo.
I, well, I'm just talking. I didn't have this thing either. I just can't remember. See, your thing is you don't know about it. Me, I don't remember. So, I can't, who's in a
Right
worse,
on.
who's in a worse situation? I think it's me. So, what I'm saying is, people can listen. That's the way it is now. People listen whenever they want. They get their news update. They
Oh,
do
are you
this.
talking about the music station?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry.
no.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Why are you apologizing? It was good. Sometimes it stirs a memory, but I almost got it. It's not Bluetooth. It's called. Um, ooh, this is good, man. I wonder how long I could do this for. the It would just record. It's not that. It's not. It's in the last 10, 15 years, so it doesn't
Oh,
count.
okay. There's a WarnerBrothers.com one. I'm looking it up now. Um, it is called The Box, but it might be a movie though. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a video or not.
It was something that would record shows for you when you put in your preference, and it was the
Oh, no idea.
yeah you do.
That,
Once I say it, you're
that
gonna
that's
know.
that's over my head.
You're gonna know exactly because it was going to be the next big thing. It was like Betamax and then VH1 and then DVDs and recordable DVDs and this thing called Christ, I can't remember. I can't remember. Okay, forget it. I could spend 30 minutes thinking about it. So you're looking. Um, so you've been playing gigs and stuff like that. You're currently looking for. Can we talk? You said we could talk about it. You're looking. Are you? Do you want to talk about your future prospects or not?
Um, well, we can talk about what I'm entertaining. Absolutely.
Okay, that's okay. Good. You don't want to talk about where you're looking, right?
Well, I mean, we can, but I'm just entertaining lots and lots of options.
Oh,
And this
good.
might be a good way to do it.
Oh, good. Okay. No, no, that's fine too. I didn't. So, where are you playing now? Oh, you're playing up at Ocean Reef, right? The secret enclave for the super rich north of us.
Yes, sometimes, mostly about twice a month,
Yeah,
and so that's not a steady,
yeah,
uh, steadily performance. But uh, the the only steady ones that I have right now are Marker 88, which
yeah,
just happened. That's in Alamorada,
yeah.
and that just started about a month and a half ago.
Saturdays? Or
And
what was that?
oh, I'm sorry, that's on Wednesday nights
Uh huh.
from 5:30 to 8:30,
Yeah.
and Skipper's Dockside, where I've been playing since they opened. But it's now only on Sunday nights from 5 to 9
5 to 9. Okay.
on Sunday Fun Day night.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure. Where do people find out where you're playing?
They can find me on
Go to your website
Facebook and
or your Facebook. Okay.
but definitely go to my website. It's really still in the early parts of getting it
Oh,
constructed.
yeah, but you don't put it. You haven't updated the old website, right?
I
So
have not.
Facebook.
I've
If
just
you're not, then I might
abandoned the old one.
forget. We'll talk about the website when it comes up. And if you go to the Facebook page, I imagine you're going to reference the new website. So I guess it makes sense to be more effective to stick with the website. And if you are
Yes,
listening live, did I tell you? I sent you a text message that you could call because I didn't have your number, but I did call you. I did have your number. If anybody does
oh, I
have a
was on the.
question, if there's anybody listening live, we have where's my phone? I should be able to remember this phone number. 407-392-4563. That's 407-392-4563. Um, and we figured out how to have someone call in. I did that last week. People can call right in, but they
Oh,
haven't. They haven't yet because, like I was saying a little earlier, live it's more of a radio thing, On Sunday, what was that? Delilah, who's that woman that gets? Oh, thank God, I was never that. I mean, I used to. I actually, I'm probably not old enough to. I'm too old because Delilah has to be younger than me. I hope she is, but it's like a for people sending out dedications to people, you know. Yeah, it's just
oh, Casey
yeah,
Kasem.
like that. Yeah, yeah, like Casey Kasem. He's dead, right? He's been dead for a while.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. There's all I got this bird feeder out my windows, and this they are very rude to each other. These pigeons, they're going to town on the bird food here. Um, so
Oh.
what this past Saturday? Where did you? You don't want to confuse people by sending them to the wrong place where you aren't. So the best thing to do is to go to on Facebook. Is it Lee Sharp Entertainment or what?
On Facebook is Lee Sharp Music,
Lee Sharp Music.
or just Lee Sharp Jr. And you can put in Alamorada, and I post all of my things on Facebook on my
If you do a
personal
search,
and
Lee Sharp.
business
Yeah.
page.
Uh,
But with this new website, it'll be all streamlined, and I don't have to do that because recently I just got like a Savant guy
so
to do my website, and I won't have to do that anymore. I just go to one place and bling, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. It posts on all of my
it's hooking your calendar.
social
It's
media.
it's your calendar goes out to
Right.
all your social media.
Correct, but it's not done yet, and I'm trying to figure it out as well. And he's going to let me know as I send the pictures and the bio and all those kind of things, just to update it and just make it more now,
Lee,
more spot on.
I'll make it easy. Are they using what programming language is he using to do? I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I know you didn't know. I didn't know that either. So I mean, I wouldn't know what that means. So, um,
Well, he's
yeah,
an engineer
yeah.
by trade.
For me, it's
So,
always like well, show me what it is, and it's getting easier. I mean, obviously, I can do it. You know, originally the podcast I would not be able to do. I still can't leave a goddamn review for a fucking iTunes podcast. I haven't figured out how to do it. I think I need iTunes. I mean, I need to have an iPhone or something like that would do it. I use Android, but I haven't been able to leave
well,
like a review for like this shows. There's other podcasts I like, and
yeah,
I mean, they must think I'm a total douchebag, you know, because I say, you know,
well,
I don't ask for like reviews in return, right? But I tell people I'll leave a review, and I'm thinking I'll try to leave a review, and they say, "What the fuck is the matter with this guy?" You know, I can't. Have not learned to leave a review. Yeah, I'm lame
well,
officially.
um, well, people have their own preferences. Apparently, obviously, you know that.
Yeah,
Um, for Apple or not, but I'm stuck with Apple for now
yeah. Oh
because
no, I'm
that's
not
all I've
blaming.
had
I'm
for
not
years.
blaming. I'm not blaming Apple. I'm just saying the people. That's what people want: iTunes or Spotify. I don't know. You know.
Oh well, Spotify's for everyone.
Oh yeah.
iTunes is, it's just, I guess, for Apple. Um,
So what? It's
I don't know why.
Spotify's the new thing then? It's the bigger one now.
Oh yeah, it's got to be.
Holy shit! You know, I did this special show on how Sears should have been Amazon because they had a distribution network when they were just a catalog thing, right?
Hmm.
And what was the and oh Christ! In 1993, no one really knew what the internet was. If you asked, I mean, so few people were on the internet. And that's only 27 years ago. How old
Right.
were you? Were you 15? How old are you? 39? 37? What?
I'm around some of those ages.
Okay. Well, 27 years ago, no one knew. And then 95, over 50% of people have an email address. Okay?
Right.
2 years. If you think about it, the telephone took forever, right?
Yeah.
The telephone started in 1876. It was introduced to the American public at the Centennial Exhibition in Philadelphia. And
Oh, that's
and
weird.
most people didn't have a phone in their house until after World War One. And we're talking 40 years. 40 years from the introduction. I mean,
Wow.
up until World War II, there were still places that a lot of people didn't still have phones. In the rural part of the United States, right? There were still a
Right.
significant amount of people. We're talking, over 60 years. Over 60 years, a lot of people still didn't have the phone. And then from the introduction of the internet, because you may not recall this, but when I was in high school, and before you were born, I think, or right around when you were born, the personal computer was just shit. You know, it was. It was this programming language that was like I could do it now.
I
And
think it's
then
called base.
base 10 or whatever, basic, and
Listen.
yeah, it didn't do shit. And then a couple years later, the Macintosh came out, and it really didn't do that much. It was a word processor. Ran a couple light programs on it, and then the first laptops were like thousands of dollars, $5,000, $6,000, 20 years ago.
Ouch.
Yeah, and now you can get a decent laptop for like $600, and
Yeah.
with thousands of times of the computer processing power and the
Hmm.
graphics and all that shit. And look at me. I'm using a laptop to do all that stuff that normally broadcasting. You could you. It's amazing because the internet. Think about this. If you wanted to just broadcast like years ago, you needed to go to the FCC and get a license in
Oh,
order
yeah. Okay.
in order just to have an AM radio station. A shitty, like, if you put on AM, who listens to AM anymore? Some sports talk shows are on, some religious program. Matter of fact, that's imagine doing that now. I want to start a radio station, right? Who gets into
And
radio
start
right
with
now?
AM.
Yeah, well, getting AM. Well, going into FM would be crazy too, right? I'm not saying getting a show on wouldn't be sweet, on FM, but it's not on the what would you call it? It's not on the upswing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. Right.
They're not more people. They're like next year. There's not going to be more radio listeners than this year. There's going to be more potential radio listeners, but they're going to be listening to other things. They listen to streaming. Now they don't all listen to podcasts. Now podcast is more for, I'd say most people listening that use streaming services and don't listen to radio are listening to streaming music, right?
Sometimes, but I
Well,
would say more than none would be listening to music.
yeah. Well, I mean, you listen to music at home, right? How do you do it?
Well, let me. I have Spotify uh, for just because it's reliable, and you can share your music with other people that have Spotify.
Exactly.
I'm sure
Exactly.
other
Well, I mean,
services have
that's what
that.
I use. That's what I use.
Yeah,
Just think
it's
about it.
kind of awesome. Um, but other ones like Amazon Music, uh, it tells you a little bit more about the people that you're looking up when you just put on, Fleetwood Mac radio station, and then it's going to put on a whole bunch of other folks, and then okay, this other person comes in, okay, who is that? Ting, and then it looks easier to figure that out, and then boom, sometimes you can come out with your new favorite artist.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the point is, what I'm
So
saying is, there's there's no one, someone they could put a radio station on. We can put a radio station on, even a jukebox at work. The jukebox at work is a streaming jukebox, right? And you
okay,
set it,
right,
and you set it for classic rock, classic R&B and blues, today's country, country classic, Mexican regional, uh, Irish music, whatever. You put it on that, and it'll play that genre the whole time.
okay,
Okay, it's not like a radio station. You got to go on to like 80s hit radios and stuff like that. Like the big cities still have FM radio stations going on, but they have to be like, um, they hooked up with iHeartRadio and all that stuff. But the money isn't going into radio anymore.
okay.
Yeah, it's just not going to radio, and I mean, I like even with local news channels, they seem to do all right, and things like that. But and the news radio, right? But music
Right.
wise, right? You're going to listen to all the stupid commercials and stuff like that. I know it pisses them off. It pisses off my friends that were in the radio for the longest time. I became friends with people that are on the radio, right? And I was trying to point out
Right.
to them, I say, you got a really great voice. You should maybe make the transition so you got your feet in both worlds, podcasting and
Sure.
radio. Um, when I first came down, I knew of podcasting from the early part. I heard of it like 2005, 2004. I heard of podcasting, but it wasn't something I was interested in. And then finally, you know, I listened to a couple of them. I think I started before I started. I, I started thinking about doing a podcast before I started listening to podcasts. How stupid is that? Yeah, I know. Well, maybe. What did I listen to? I was listening to National Public Radio in podcast form,
Okay.
and that's what made me decide to do that. Not that long ago, so I'm not. It's not. It wasn't a new genre, but it's pretty much it now. But people have. Do you ever hear reaction videos?
I have not.
It's people just sitting there watching their. It's a YouTube sensation, I guess, because there's a guy that comes into the catch and he's a coder and he's on his laptop for like 3-4 hours at a time as he's having a couple
All right.
drinks. And I noticed there was this pretty blonde watching. He's watching a video of a woman watching football. Okay, so it's a picture of her
Okay.
face, and in the corner is an inset of a video of the football game. And the person doesn't have a lot of experience watching football. She's Australian or something like that, and she's watching American football. And that's it. And they're making some comments about it. You know who did that?
Oh, like that.
Yeah. But you know who used to do that?
Who?
Beavis and Butthead, Mystery Science Theater 3000, right?
Oh,
Uh,
well, yeah. Those
Tosh
things
Point
are
oh,
pretty
Tosh
funny,
Point,
from what I
Tosh,
remember.
yeah, Tosh Point oh. Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all it is. But you believe it? So people just sit there. They most of the time they're somewhat attractive and they're just reacting to the shit they're looking at.
Right.
And people,
Um, It's
yeah,
well, the most. Yeah. What's you gonna do? Yeah. Most of the comedians, hopefully. Um.
well,
But
yeah, they do
they,
that. The best day ever or best year ever. The MTV was doing that, where people would comment on videos.
yeah. But those are not the best comedians ever.
No,
But
these aren't comedians. These aren't comedians. These people, they're not comedians. They have
well,
very. I mean, I've watched one or two, and I just
I used to watch them all the time.
yeah
But they're lame jokes. But I mean, most of the time. But I mean, the videos are normally funny because people are silly, and
yeah
stupid. Um, I mean, I'm not saying that people are stupid. I mean, like just the best year ever of people trying to do things in front of camera.
yeah
That's all.
yeah yeah. But that's a thing now.
So
That's a thing now. And someone gets like they get 50,000, and I'm not looking down my nose at that. You know, obviously I've done some things on the show where I'm not
oh,
very proud of.
all
You
right,
know.
do tell.
Oh no, I'm sure I'm 323 episodes, Lee. I'm sure you could reach back and there's probably a good 100 of them where I go and say, well, what shit, unadulterated shit that is, you know? So, no, that's just the way I look at it and stuff. So, we started the show out talking about Ghost Town, and does you know, this is the traditional end of season for us in the Keys, right? until
Right.
until Thanksgiving. There's a little bump where some of the people from out of town come down, and the people that are seasonal come down. They start heading. The snowbirds start heading down here. Right, we get a little bump there, and then you get the Christmas week. You got and the Christmas week, which is huge. Everyone's on vacation, right? And
Everyone.
yeah, and then little after Christmas, it starts going into season, and that's it. Now it's a little different this year. Obviously, everything's a little different, so it's hard to really gauge that. But the general numbers seem to have been that way. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy at work. I mean, I was busy, not that busy, but there was a traffic jam going out of the Keys yesterday for about, Christ, how long? From the time I came in, I got in 11 o'clock. It was backed up until around 5, 6 o'clock at night, maybe a little later. 7.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't. There was, it took them a good 8 hours. It's pretty. Yeah.
That's awful, man.
Oh yeah,
no
yeah, yeah. You're sitting there.
Have to do that. I don't care how often.
Some guy came in with his wife. They stopped in for a bite to eat, and he said that they were on the road. They left at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was 3:30. And they 5.5 hours. So normally it takes about 2 hours. So they had 3.5. I'm like, why would you leave on Labor Day anytime between 10 and 7, 10 a.m. and 7? If you're not out of the Keys at 10 a.m., you're sitting in traffic. Yeah. I mean, some people. I mean, and I guess that's where. You should download maybe 6 hours of your favorite podcast.
But normally I never really think about the Chamber of Commerce in any other city, in any city, period, until I join the Chamber of Commerce and see what they do.
Yeah.
In every city, they're there for you.
Yeah.
So join the chamber. And they'll give you those updates sometimes, and they'll tell you what's going on, which beaches are closed, which aren't. So you won't be so disappointed, because when you don't have a good beach experience or a good water experience because you didn't know, just check out it's just the Chamber of Commerce. This has been there forever in every city ever.
Oh, audio. Oh, I have some chat. Some J-Ron from Canada. Hi, J-Ron. Audio. What's it say? Audio sometimes makes a radio show better. Audio sometimes makes a radio show better. That's a cryptic statement, because a radio show is all audio, right? Right? J-Ron from Canada writes in the chat. I got it. The guy. Oh, I have someone. Audio sometimes makes a radio show better. That was cryptic statement. I told you that there's a comment section. Isn't?
Yeah, but I didn't know if it was a chat, like if I was on a three-way, like with the doctor last time, or not.
The three-way? What do you mean?
Remember we did a three-way with my friend Jim, same name as you.
Oh, okay. Is he a doctor? Is he a...
He's not a doctor. He just got his master's.
Oh, good. Because, I had a couple doctors. I had one doctor.
Yeah,
Dr. Joel. Dr. Joel. Did you ever talk to Dr. Joel?
I did not. Should I have? What did I do wrong?
Nothing.
How can he fix me?
Maybe, I don't know. maybe there's nothing to be fixed.
Okay.
So I hope the audio is working on this, but I guess it is. Maybe J. Ron was listening, but we're wrapping up. Hey, J. Ron, if you want to, you can actually call in. What did we? You want to call in? You can call in. The phone number is 407-392. What did I say it was? 4563. So, yeah, this gentleman was on the show with Steve, the Key Largo Comics, and this gentleman came in the chat, and the chat's just a texting thing that I could do. Hello?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Listen, we're at the end of the thing. Let's see. Can you hear this? I'm going to play this.
You're an asshole!
You hear that?
I heard a little kid or some lady screaming loud.
What'd she scream?
You're an asshole?
Yeah. How about this one?
Okay. Okay.
You heard that?
It's a laugh. It's a laugh.
You heard it. How come you can't? Maybe I have to add the music to this sound effect things. Maybe I can do that. Let me see. I'll figure that out sometime. Okay, well, where are you playing this weekend?
Tomorrow? Oh, this weekend. Okay. I'm only playing this weekend at Skipper's Dockside on Sunday night from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Skipper's Dockside, Canal View, and it's in Key Largo, Florida, in the Upper Keys.
Okay, not to be confused with the Skipper's Dark Side, which is Satanist that meet on the water. So, yeah.
I don't know if it's the same.
No, it's not the same. So,
okay, good.
We're not.
So don't confuse.
They're not one of my sponsors yet, so that's all right. We'll see what happens with them. Thank you, Lee. We'll do this again. And
oh, perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been on almost 50 minutes. It's time to go. Thank you, J. Ron, for listening. We do have one listener live, so we'll post this. I'll see how this works out. Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
I'm going to play some music now.
All
we
right.
can talk over this. Okay. 3, 2,
Okay.
1. You don't hear that, do you, Lee?
I don't hear what?
The music.
Not while we're talking now.
That is so weird. It's playing super loud right now. All I guess I have to put it in with an effect. Talk to you later.
I don't hear anything. Okay, cool.
Wait. Stay on.